Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and we are live in Los Angeles with the Shah of Sunset herself, Mercedes. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Likewise, you guys are awesome.
So tell us a little bit about your experience and what the show is all about.
Well, let's see. The show is about 6 people's lives, and I guess I can start with me, my mom, my now husband, my best friends, and we have very real, relatable struggles every day that involve career, love goals, life goals in general, and I think we are in our 7th season because we've probably been doing a good job of putting ourselves out there. That's what I hear the most.
What's that like
often.
for you, though? Because, I mean, letting cameras into your life and being, like, real and vulnerable about all of these struggles. And they're very personal, too.
Very, very personal. There's nothing more personal. And because I haven't kept anything off limits. And I think I'm just very proud to let someone, you were just talking about your earring being attached because you toss it.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. So if I'm out there doing things that other women are doing every day at home, then what is that? We relate, we connect. And the way that I have gotten through struggles in life is very often by being able to connect to another woman's story who's already been through it. So that's what I'm up to on Shahs of Sunset.
Sisterhood and community is everything.
How do you bring the resolve? How do you teach, because you may see that epiphany, but someone that may not, experience that epiphany or that cognition or that breakthrough. How do you bring that out? Do you talk about that a lot when you're...
Do you mean the people that might not relate to it, or do you mean the way it's edited?
But may not actually learn from it because it's not their experience. Do you bring resolve to... How do you think that you bring resolve to it?
Well, we are not perfect, right? So there might be things that are inherent flaws and struggles that are ongoing, but I think that the way that if you have seen me from the beginning of this series, what I do is I tell my story my way, and I think that it's a pretty universal story culturally. I think a lot of people, I don't get political. I think it's just or religious. I think all of the people's beliefs are at the end of the day very similar. And, we're Persian, but you can be from any country in the world and have parents that are really invested in their children.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's been an incredible journey to watch you grow throughout the seasons. We have a look at your show. Let's take a peek.
Oh, great.
Tinder. I put something up. I didn't write anything on it, no profile. Oh, then you just lied to me. I mean, I put 3 pictures. I put my name up. Okay, show me. See? That's great. That one's nerdy. That one, you're way too covered up. I don't want to show too much tits, boo-boo. What do you think Tommy was attracted to? My personality? What are your likes? Love classic cars. Classic. Pilates. Okay, make sure you write, I hate skiing. Hopefully I don't get like a vegan dude that's like, wait, what's that? You're eating meat? Yeah, I want kebabs. Go home, pour yourself a nice spot of red wine so you start feeling yourself and you're just digitally communicating with somebody. Yes? Yeah, I'll do it.
So hilarious.
I love it.
That's awesome.
This is a perfect example for the question that you asked, because I put myself on Tinder and I think it's taboo, and people try to pretend that they still can meet people the old-fashioned way at the grocery store. That's so unrealistic, and now we buy food online. So is someone going to have to be a burglar in order for me to, how am I going to meet somebody? And now Destiny, she's younger than me, and she is very much reminding me of my younger self. And I absolutely adore her. And I see so much of my younger self in her with regard to kind of having a wall up and being really shy, because you will be very gun shy with Tinder. Or at Bumble or any, Match.com or any of these dating apps, because you'll like put it on and then you'll delete the app. And then you'll get, then you'll be like, but I don't want to be lonely and die by myself. And so then let me jump back on there. So I help her just get there, put it on, put yourself out there. And then there's the art of having a good profile is a whole other thing.
Okay, so after the show, we might have to curate a profile for me because you're an
Okay.
expert. Your Tinder got you this gorgeous
Yes, he
ring.
did.
So let's talk about that. I mean, now you're going through IVF.
Yes.
And are you being completely open about it on this show this next season?
I have all throughout. I froze my eggs, and then I met the guy that I'm now married to, Tommy Fight, and he was kind of saying, why aren't we freezing embryos? So then we went, and I wasn't ready for, like, I didn't think I was going to marry him yet. I thought I was in a good, serious relationship, but what ended up happening was we made embryos. Now we're in the stage where we're trying to do what's needed to lead up to a transfer. And that is, in and of itself, lots of emotional and physical roller coasters. You take your shots, and then you need to go buy bras 2 sizes bigger. And then certain things start to change, and you're not even, pregnant yet, but the meds really make you crazy.
I'm so grateful that women like you have been so open about this journey, because as we are getting older and working women, so many of my girlfriends are having this conversation. Should we freeze our eggs? Should we freeze our embryos? And people are asking me, unsolicited strangers, are you freezing your eggs? And I'm like, whoa.
Do you think that that's an invasive question? Because
I did originally.
Right, but now I want to tell you that I tell my lash girl, any single person that I will sit down next to, I'll say, please don't put yourself at a disadvantage and think that you can wait until you're 45 or 50, because Leslie Nielsen is pregnant at 58. And people just sort of think that if you have all this time, well, maybe we do, but for the egg freezing process, you can do that and should do that in your 30s, early 30s, mid 30s. If I wasn't already pregnant with a family by that time, I would say, why would you want to shoot yourself in the feet right before you want to run a race? And that's what you would ultimately do if you wait too long for that process.
But just going back, we have Tinder, and now we have trying to get pregnant. We
Yeah.
want to know about your husband. We want to know about what was it about him that had you go?
That made
"Okay,
me-
he's the one."
He brainwashed me.
I think you brainwashed him with that Tinder photo, if anybody saw that.
I mean, we might be star-crossed lovers. He's from Queens. I'm also an East Coast girl. And that thing that men say when they know, I have to be honest, he knew, I didn't, but I went with it. I stayed devoted. We were in a monogamous relationship from the second we met. And for me, my process of being in a relationship is, let's go through things, let's test each other on being able to have, some challenges. It's not gonna be, life is not just, dinner and trips, because everyone has a great time when they're in that vacation mode. But we're definitely compatible in most ways. We did have a lot of our arguments, our biggest arguments, while we were in the maybe first 3 to 6 months, and I had I didn't hold back any of the thoughts that I thought. I wanted him to know that I could be possessive and I could be crazy. I went out of my way to show him that I am capable of, like, what he would call nuts. Like, you're batshit, And
And you just owned it unapologetically.
very much so. I just said, this is me, and I want you to see the most extreme. And I think he really appreciates it. And if you really are meant to be together, you make it through those times.
Well, audiences really appreciate it, and we're excited to check the next season out of Shaws of Sunset.
Yeah, I think that most relationships are so fascinating, and we love that conversation, and it's an ongoing conscious conversation. But I am a true believer that the relationships that will most likely last are the ones that have a higher purpose, whether it be creating a family, whether it be a higher purpose to give to the world or whatever that is. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it sounds like you guys have a lot in common and a lot to give to the world for sure.
Right. We did not want to have children out of wedlock or just for the sake of procreation. We wanted to be a mother and a father that would raise a family together under one roof. And my belief system was that I won't get pregnant and have a baby unless I'm in love and married. And I am not here to judge the people who will do it on their own. Oh my goodness, this IVF journey, no matter what stage women are at in it, it's really important to talk about it and
Absolutely.
share and exchange experiences. You're always going to learn something, even if it doesn't affect your your medication. It's still a dialogue that will save you emotionally. It's very supportive emotionally.
Absolutely love that. So if there was one thing in the 7 seasons, the marriage and the IVF, one thing that you've learned that you feel is just the most important thing that you know now that maybe you didn't know before, what would that be?
Oh, so one thing that I know now that I didn't know before.
Yeah, like 7 seasons ago, just starting. One thing you learned about yourself or about life.
Well, the mirror that the show holds is something that has formed and forced growth for me that I might not ever have had, because when you do see yourself, then you learn. It's like not everyone else gets to do that, right? So then you have the ability to scrutinize your behavior. The biggest argument that I had with Tommy was on camera, and it led to the biggest breakthrough. Wow. And when I got to see it, I realized I got to learn compassion for him that I didn't used to have. So I considered that to be a huge gift.
I just love that. That's lots of folks believe that the highest use of a relationship is really as a mirror to reflect back to you who you truly are.
Exactly.
I love that you have found that both in the show, but also in your relationship.
Exactly. It really does. These docuseries really do help you see yourself. That mirror is really a great way to evolve as a person on an accelerated level.
On steroids.
Judged by all of America.
I love that.
Right.
So tell everyone where they can find you, where they can watch the show.
Okay, so all of my media, social media handles are Mercedes Javid, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'll look into that camera. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Mercedes Javid. And I also, did I say it's in my bra?
Oh, yeah, it's in there.
Yeah. So this is Liquid Lips by MJ, and I'm wearing it right now. This is my favorite way to tell people to just go to liquidlipsbymj.com, and the packaging is lovely. It's cruelty-free, paraben-free, made in the USA, and
Totally kissable, non-transferable.
totally kiss-proof. It really is. And I was just telling my assistant on the way here that if you put a lip balm on, I'm going to do a tutorial for all the people who have them and are going to purchase them. It's a Liquid Pro Matte Lip, but if you put on your favorite lip balm, any lip balm underneath, then you can accomplish a glossier look. And it's a really good product, and I'm really proud of it.
You
Love
should
I'm
be. Well,
excited
thank
to
you
try
so
it out.
much.
I would love to try it. It's so beautiful. The color.
Yeah, the color is
so
amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's designed to suit all skin types, and we have 3 different shades of nudes.
Nice. So excited.
Well,
Really
thank you
cool.
so much.
Thank
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more. Good morning.